Okay, looks like I had my mic muted. No GBP CAD trade. There's no trade on GBP CAD. It's getting hot around here too. Okay, Aussie dollar. Like I said on Aussie dollar, we need a breakout. You can see all these rejections happening. All these candles rejecting. And these two now. Once we break above, we can see a nice move to the upside. But for now, price is staying, it's still below. There's no clean breakout. So we need a break above, a retest and continuation. Until now, there's no breakout. EU's taking some time. We have 10 minutes left until the candle closes. Well, yeah, we have to repeat some questions over and over again, but I hope at least it's gonna help people. I hope at least it's gonna help people. When you choose the direction of the trade, do you also consider the various subzones and possibly avoid in case too many levels? Yeah, of course, I always look at what can be in our way that can cause us problems. So I got stopped at break even now on EU. I'm not in this trade anymore, got stopped at break even. Same here, but see, I looked left and this is why I secured at 10 pips, because I saw that we can have a problem maybe here and reject this zone, and I didn't want to risk, even though price still can continue up, but I just didn't want to risk. And when I saw the wick fail, I said, okay, this can be enough for me. I'm gonna secure some here and leave some run. Now we had that 10 pip move. Price now came all the way down again, and it's the end of the 1 hour too. So price can still continue up. Maybe it's gonna come a bit lower to test this support, but I still think it's gonna push up. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour is not closed yet. Maybe if we get also 4 hour close, would be even a better confirmation. Do you see dollar index while trading USD pairs? No, I don't. No, I don't. Aussie dollar dropping. Looks like USD is getting some strength now. See, UJ resulted in a fake out. See how important it is to make a decision which pair to take. The breakout was only 2.5 pips, not enough. Now price went all the way up and probably is going to close back in the range now. See, it's a fake. And what can we say here? Can we say that price got rejected from another zone? Yes. This can be the reason why the fake out happened. You go and look, why did price reject it here? You look on the left, you have this. You look on the left, you have this big rejection. This big rejection, this big rejection. All these rejections. And you see also these big rejections from the same support. Now, when you see how many pips the breakout is, it's only 2 pips. Do you think that the possibility of continuation here would be higher than breaking to the upside? I think based on what we saw every time price came here, how big the rejection was, I wouldn't expect a good break and retest here. First, the break was very weak. Second, you got rejected from another zone. And this is the reason why fake outs happens most of the time. Now what can we do? Can wait for a close break in the range, a small pullback and continuation to the upside. Okay, can you check GJ? What's happening with GJ? Like I said before on GJ, a retest here and continuation to the next zone here. Should stay here for now. Make a retest and continuation. For me, I'm not gonna take it. It's not the best setup. I need more rejections, more consolidation, so I can determine the zones. USD CAD pushing up. See, what did I say before? We have support here. Price can result in fake out easy, and that's what's happening now. EU. Now EU can still continue up. If it does stay above this, chances of going up are still there. But I wouldn't suggest to enter now. It already did a 10 pip move to the upside. Now coming down at this time, we have 2 minutes left. This can result in a fake out too. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. If this candle closes like this, not a good sign. Even though it's still gonna be above support. Still gonna be above support, but it's not a good sign, rejecting all the way down in the last minute. Okay, so see EU closed just below, a bit below the zone. We can't say that it's a breakout back in the range because it's a very small close below. This candle just made a small pullback all the way down. Now this can go all the way down since we had all the way this big drop. What can we do now here is just watch. There's no trade here for us now. The 4-hour got rejected all the way back down. It's not anymore a big confirmation. GU is at support. I wouldn't say to take sells here because it will be a rejection from support. Let's take a look. Aussie dollar. UJ closed back in the range. This can be the retest for continuation to the upside. See this candle, all these candles still closing above. I think not gonna take anything on UJ, even though this can continue pretty easily to the upside. Please check GU, just did. No trade there, still at support. In the past 5 months of streaming on YouTube, how have your returns been? Returns have been pretty great. If you watch all the streams, previous streams, you can see by yourself. Lots of great trades. I'm thinking about USD JPY taking buys, but price needs to come lower for that. It's still too far. It needs to come lower, at least around here, in a 2 pips range maybe. Let's wait and see. Why are we working on 1 hour? Because it's better confirmation. Working on higher time frames, it's way better. UJ buys, I think on the 1 hour you can see a small fake out, but on the 4 hour it's just a rejection. It's just a rejection and wouldn't feel that comfortable taking anything there. Yeah, I can see GJ closed below, but like I said, not gonna take it. Not gonna take it because I feel like I need more. I need a better support here than just one touch here. I think that wouldn't be enough for me, so I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take a buy on UJ. I'm gonna try this. Okay, so I took a buy on UJ. Let's see how many pips stop loss I can use here. I'm gonna use a 7 pip stop loss just below the breakout candle. So this is my explanation on UJ. Hear me out. You can see on the left that we have resistance here, which now it's gonna act as support because price closed above. This candle closed above this resistance, making a small retest, a pullback here, and I think it's gonna continue up. Here we had a small fake out. Price closed below, came back, closed back in the range. One of the reasons why, because price came from another support. Now if you go to the 4 hour, you can see that 4 hour also closed above this support, closed bullish and above this support, which means couldn't break this. On the 1 hour created a fake out, and I think price should continue up now. Continuation to the upside. Pretty good candle close. Momentum is good. UJ is gonna take some time, but why not? Let's gonna try this. We don't have much in our hands right now, so I'm gonna expect it to continue up. What can happen here is price also can come a bit lower. Can come a bit lower than this, then continue up. So I entered a position here. I'm gonna leave some room if price comes lower to enter some more. Will you be checking if any news could affect this UJ trade? I checked the news before. There's no USD news coming up for now. So I think nothing's gonna affect UJ. Okay, let's wait and see. See, the range in UJ is pretty slow. Gonna need a big move to reach 10 pips, but why not? Gonna have to wait. Patience needed here. Let's wait and see. See, today there's no USD news coming up. Don't have any news today. We are free. We are free to trade USD unless some unexpected news come. Other than that, we don't have any other problem here on the way. Hi all, welcome to the channel. But just like I said, price can come a bit lower than this. Crude oil inventories today. It's a medium impact. I don't think it's gonna have an impact on USD that much, so don't think there's no need to worry. How long are you expected to be in this pair, in this trade? As you explained, this slow move there. Well, I'm gonna expect this at least an hour, because since we're taking this on the 1 hour time frame, that means we need at least 1 hour for this pair, for this trade to work out. But as I've said before, sometimes it can take 5-10 minutes to work out. Sometimes it can take longer. It just depends how market is moving. If the market is slow, I'm not gonna expect this to give me quick pips because there's not much volatility right now. And it's UJ, like I said before. So UJ, look how big the move should be to give us 10 pips. The range is too small on UJ. But I think as a trade, as a setup, it's pretty good. And yeah, sometimes the pips doesn't matter. It matters the risk you take, because you can take a 20 pip lot and even with 5 pips can make good profits. The pips really doesn't matter. The risk matters. The fact that we are rejecting tells you something, right? So expecting this to continue. GU is at support, like I said before. EJ closed just a little below this, so I don't expect too much. It doesn't matter that closed bullish, it's still closed below support, and that or below resistance. That's what matters. I think we should stay away from this right now. GU is at support. See, unless we break this, there's no trade. Unless we break this on GU, there's no trade. You see this breakout, this retest continuation. Now you have to wait for the same thing, just the opposite way for downside. Will you not look at gold as it's a correlated pair? No. Not gonna look at gold. It doesn't matter where gold it's moving. I look at the price on UJ. UJ is a different pair, gold is a different pair, so there's no need to look at gold. EU looks different than your chart. You may have a different broker and the candles can look different. That can be the reason. GJ dropping to the next zone here. See, we had a good, not a very good breakout. It was only 3 pips, a small pullback. Not even the retest was that good. I just skipped it, but it went pretty good. Don't regret that I didn't take that. UJ turning bullish. Let's see if we can continue for more. Okay, it's turning bullish. Let's see how far this can go. Other than this, I don't see much going on. EA might break later. This candle is pushing. Let's see if it can push through that. Let's wait and see. What were your thoughts, if any, regarding to the consolidation of these 8 candles next to vega? What about these previous 8 candles? This was just a small consolidation. This candle went all the way up, closed above these, then made a retest and continuation. Nothing much to care about this small consolidation. Nice, UJ is pushing, very nice. Any chance of EU coming back up? I don't know about EU. it doesn't look good right now. It closed a bit below. Maybe it was just a retest for continuation. So we'll have to wait and see. I can't say it's gonna go up. I mean, we're still at daily support, but just with our at support doesn't mean that we're gonna go up. It can still continue down even if we're at support on daily. I'll just have to wait and see. UJ should give us some nice pips. It's a very nice risk reward here if we get to the take profit. Andres, hi. Yes, I am here. Okay, so let's wait and see. Yeah, it's only a 5 pip move almost. We need another 5 to at least 10 pips. After that, we'll see. GBP pairs are moving crazy. Well, not that crazy. I mean, it's only 20 pip range. Not much. Hello, hello. Frank, copy trading not. There's no copy trading yet. There's no copy trading yet. Well, the target is to fill this range to the upside. Yeah, at least 700, but first I would say in 10 pips first target, then after that we'll see. First is 10 pips first target. Can you look at dollar index? I think there's no need because I don't trade it. I can take a look, but the thing is I haven't done enough back testing about this, so I don't trade what I don't know about much. See, thing is there's a lot of fundamentals that have effect on US dollar currencies index, so it's not just about technicals here. So I wouldn't trade this if I were you. I would just leave it. Can check AUD CAD. Yes, of course, my fellow Albanian. What is the lot size you normally use to manage better the risk? The lot size doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter what lot size you use. The risk is what matters. Because lot size is just the way of showing the risk, nothing else. AUD CAD. So AUD CAD looks like it closed above this. It made a small fake out here. Small fake out, closed back in the range, then went up again. So this is on the 4 hour. Let's take a look at daily. Yeah, what can I say? I think it should continue up, but it already did on the daily. It already did the break and retest. And this fake out that we set on the 4 hour looks like it happened because the daily zone was deeper. See, this was a perfect daily break and retest. Now I think it should continue up, but if you want to take buys, the buys are already done here, and 1 hour, nothing much, to be fair, nothing much. Maybe if you wait for a break of this, you can take buys, but except for that, I don't see anything else. Anthony, panic buying? Yeah, the second wave of the coronavirus is coming here too. We have more cases now than on the first stage, or how to say. Let's wait and see. UJ is pushing nicely. Only 5 pips, but at least the trade is how we expected. Still need to push higher for another 5 pips. Can you trade 1 minute chart? No, I don't want to trade 1 minute chart because there's no need to. GJ is at support, guys. GJ is at support, so you have to wait for this to break. It's also a 4-hour support. You can see big rejection every time we came here. See, every time we touch this zone, big rejection. So maybe this is gonna reject and continue up, but I wouldn't be that sure because this is a daily resistance and it's rejecting the daily resistance. So there might be a chance that price is gonna break to the downside. You have to be careful. Yeah, there's a chance we go in lockdown again. Are you in trade? Yes, I am. UJ buys. Okay, guys, for these that came new here, the giveaway is open. You can go on my Instagram and leave a post on my last and leave a comment on my last post. You can have the chance to be in my private group for a month for free. Yeah, I mean, people are not caring that much anymore, even that there are a lot of new cases coming every day, but people are just living the normal life. They don't care at all. People got bored and now they don't care. See, we need another push on USD JPY. Yeah, EJ is gonna be very slow. Very slow. The thing is, in other pairs, this would be a 10 pip move already. But on UJ, the range is too small. Gold, I don't know, gold can still continue up. Like I said before, gold is too risky to trade for me. Not gonna even try to take a trade on gold. Can we enter the trade? No, you can't. It's too late now. You missed the entry. Now it's not the time. No, it's not the time. What is your most consecutive losses? Rahul, if you're 17 pips in profit, yeah, take your profits, why not? Why not take your profits? Look, the most consecutive losses in a row, never more than 2. I don't remember when the last time where I had more than 2 losses in a row. And the losses are always very small. Wait and see. UJ requires a lot of patience. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we have any other trade. If we don't, then there's no need to stay in front of chart all day. No, I'm not on long on Euro USD. Euro USD is not a good setup anymore. So, gonna give you some update what we can do on New York session, and I'm gonna have to go then. We need to break above this. If we want to take a trade on EA, we need to break above at least 10 pips, and we have a nice range to fill. If we don't break this, there's no trade. Nearly 500. We had 700 yesterday, so today is lower than yesterday. EA is, that's the setup for EA. Now GJ needs to break below this. If you want to take a trade on GJ, you need to break below 134.500 maybe at least. A good breakout. Other than that, there's nothing here. You see we're having a rejection. And yeah, we need a break below. I can't see anything out there. GU, probably the same thing. Are you still on EJ? I never took Euro JPY. Never took Euro JPY. I'm not on it. USD CAD. USD CAD can be a good trade if we break below, if we break above. But here's the thing about USD CAD. You have to be careful. USD CAD on the 4 hours in between two zones. Now if we want to break, if we want to take a trade on USD CAD, we need to break above these two zones. We need to break above a retest and continuation. Unless that happens, there's no trade here. We need to break above this. Once we break above, you can see a nice move to the upside. Last time we broke this level, look at the move. So the same thing can happen again. Wait for the breakout. Now, what else we have? Euro New Zealand. Euro New Zealand. So, looks like we are closing above. The same thing is on Euro New Zealand too. We are in between two zones. Now we have a good close above. I mean, price should continue up now. But the only problem is we have a small resistance here too. See how these two candles are rejecting? Maybe if we do get a good close above, then a small retest, continuation to the upside would be pretty good. So we're gonna have to wait and see for that. UJ is still running. Gonna wait. Not gonna move my stop at break even here unless I see signs that price is gonna continue down. Still gonna hold this. We need another 5 pips to push to the upside so we can get at least 10 pips. Yeah, so that's most of it. What do we expect from Euro USD? Let's see what we can expect from Euro USD. Euro USD is still at daily support. So let's clean these charts. You go on the daily. You can see all these rejections, right? That means as long as price stays above, it's still good for longs. I still think EU can continue to the upside. Think that we got rejected from here, and it's a pretty big rejection, but it's like we're in between these two ranges, and as long as price stays above, it can still continue to the upside. But for now, I think there's no trade for now. There's no trade. Still in this consolidation box here. We had a good break and retest. It gave us quick 10 pips, but then came after and closed back in the range. So probably price gonna continue down and fill this range. After that, we'll see what happens. But for now, I wouldn't take a trade on EU. I think there's no setup right now on EU. We can just hold UJ and see where it goes. Aussie dollar did the same. Well, we didn't have a break on Aussie dollar in the first place, so can't say anything. What can we expect from Aussie dollar? I think it's a bit messy. Not gonna take any trade on Aussie dollar unless it comes all the way up and break this resistance. No trade for me is here. Yeah, so this is all. Gonna hold UJ, see where it goes. I'm only risking a small percentage of my profits. Like I always say, you need to protect your profits. First trade was a win, so why would I risk my win? I'm gonna have to go now, guys. Thank you all for participating. I hope this was helpful for you. If you found this helpful, give it a like or subscribe, whatever you want. It's in your hand. Thank you for supporting me. Tomorrow we go back again at the same time, hopefully. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Use good risk management for the rest of the day. Don't overtrade. And for the last time, if you want to participate on the giveaway contest, go in my Instagram, leave a comment. The winner is going to be chosen at the end of the week. Have a very nice day. Thank you all. See you. Not gonna do New York session. I think this is a good enough. I mean, we did a 4-hour session. That's a lot. It's not 3 minutes, but it's 4 hours. So have a good day. What are you guys doing here still? I get you don't want to go. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back. Another London session. Morning all. Today is NFP day. NFP day, some fireworks expected today. But that's later on New York session, so there's a lot of time until that news come up.
Hi, this is Jason Fielder with your next edition of our Trading Labs. We are going to highlight a particular strategy that was sent to us by one of our members.
I used to trade it.
Your criteria are true at the end of the bar. Go ahead and enter at the next bar. So what we look for, if you notice for this bar here, we're on the US Swiss on the hour time frame. If you notice here, our RSI is below 50. And if you come on down to our CCI is below our 75.
Maybe we'll do a New York session too,
and if you come down and look here, our momentum indicator is below 100. So what we're looking for is a break above 100, a break above 75, and a break above 50. And as you can see, this very strong candle that occurred, the very next candle closes, and we have, at the close, we have an RSI that is above 50. We have a CCI that is above the 75 mark, and we also have a momentum that is above 100. So all three of these are a go for a trade. So what you'd want to do is go ahead and place your buy order at the open. Use a 35 pip stop.
Now, since we're done with this trade, and looks like we had a break and retest here already above this zone, which I said before that once we break this next zone will be very easy to go to. Now, let's take a look at other pairs. Let's take a look at Euro USD. Euro USD. Euro USD, I would say we have to wait for this to break. You want to take a trade. So nothing much happening right there. Nice Ibiza. Do you move a stop loss of your runner? I move it when I'm on a good profit. I move, let's say now I'm 40 pips in profit. I'm going to move it to 20 pips. GJ went perfectly yesterday from the New York stream. The retest all the way up gave some nice pips. Very nice. Now on GJ, we can see that we have a zone here, right? Which was our first take profit, or our first next zone that GJ could go. Now if price closes above this, we can have a nice trade, but we have to wait for the close. Would you close the trade early if there is no movement for 2-3 hours after the retest? I don't think so. I wouldn't close because sometimes the retest can take more than 1 hour or 2 hours to come. But unless it's coming from another zone, I wouldn't take it. But I wouldn't close it. I mean, but if there's no movement right now, for example, if I take a trade, doesn't mean that's not gonna move later on, because sometimes volatility is lower, but it comes up later on. You have a trading group course? Yes, I do. Gonna go through all pairs one by one until we find a good setup. One by one. EJ. So for EJ, if you want to take a trade here, you can see clearly the zone we are waiting for. We had resistance here. I had a breakout yesterday, a retest, then all the way down for another reason or so. Now we got another 2 rejections here, which tells us that once we break this, we have a nice range to fill here, and we're gonna wait for that. For now, we're having rejection, which just tells us that we have a good zone here. So we're gonna wait for a breakout on EJ. We have plenty of setups coming up, but all we need to do is wait for this to break. Take a look at EA. EA did a perfect break and retest yesterday, like we talked about. Now it's back in the range. So if we want to take a trade to the upside, we need to wait for a break of this zone. Now EA is in between 2 zones. First of all, this 4-hour support, which was respected yesterday, but then after candles came and it's kind of didn't respect it anymore. But you can see how this zone is respecting. Why? Because this is a daily, this is where the daily candles are closed. And now if we want to take some buys, for example, here, we need to wait for this zone to break. Once we break this, all the way up again, which doesn't really seem that can happen, because we've been in this consolidation box for too long now. It's time to move down, but we're gonna wait and see. Whatever happens, we'll be ready. And like I said, this is a daily zone here. If you go on daily, you can see it. See how both daily candles are staying below this, because this is where the daily candles all got rejected, left big wicks, but still closed above this level. Also these wicks on the left too. Now if you want to take a trade, we need to wait for a break on low time frames like 1 hour or 4 hour. Been trading for 4 years now, since 2016. Been pretty long time. Now we're gonna have to wait and see. So for us on EA, no trade for now. USD/JPY is currently at resistance. Now we did say why we are not taking USD/JPY. One of the reasons why was because we are at another minor support here, which price was rejecting, so it's kind of consolidating in between these 2 ranges. And if we want to take a trade here, we have to wait for this resistance to break out. Once we break this, we can have a nice move to the upside. So for now, for buys only if we break this. Once we break this, then we're good. Or if we want to take sells, we need to break this minor zone here if we want to continue down to the next zone. So only consolidation for now. Nothing much going on UJ, and it's too slow. Since yesterday, this is all the move UJ has done since yesterday. Nothing. These are all 4-hour candles, so you can see what's going on here. What's the giveaway? I said about giveaway I will decide on the weekend, then we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm gonna decide on the weekend. USD CAD, no breakout yesterday. We got false alarm yesterday, didn't break below. As we said before, we were waiting for this support to break, but lots of rejections. There was no breakout. Price came all the way up. Now I think we were waiting for a daily retest in this zone here, and I said this is gonna be pretty hard to come because it's a big range. All the way from down here, it's almost 100 pip range, and it's almost there, but looks like we have already a rejection. Why? Because we have the zones lower on the 4-hour. So daily retest would be around here, and that would mean another 20 pips. But here's the thing. It's been almost 2 days now. For taking a retest after 2 days, it doesn't sound good, right? Because if you heard me from before, what we want to do is we want to take a break and retest while it's in a good momentum, right? So this coming after 2 days, you know, a lot can happen in 2 days, and all the factors can change, and this can shoot up. So it's not valid anymore, USD CAD, to take the we can't take this anymore. It's not valid. It's a daily that's coming 2 days later, and in 2 days a lot can happen. USD CHF, nothing actually. Aussie dollar still going up. So what are we gonna do here is we're gonna clean our chart, because we had a lot of lines yesterday from the trade we took. So gonna delete some, clean our chart, and start fresh. New day, fresh start. But it's going exactly how we planned to. So now looks like we might have a good setup here. Break a retest of the zone. Yeah, so gonna have to wait for a break here. Yeah, it looks like a good zone. We are already having lots of rejections. Now, once you break above this, it's going to be a nice move to the upside. Can fill this range pretty quick. It's only 20 pips, and that would be enough for us. I'm on Euro NZD shorts. Okay, let's take a look at this chart first. Then we'll go take a look at Euro NZD. Okay, so the thing here is you took the the buys after the third candle. Now, basically I would take the trade here, right? Because that's the first retest. But even on the second candle, first candle didn't give you, let's say, 20 pips. Second candle didn't give you 20 pips. Third candle didn't give you 20 pips. So I guess I would be waiting for this to move to the upside, and I would still be on the trade, even though there would be 3 candles still not pushing up. So I guess this was a nice trade. Well done. Very good trade. Now, once we break above this on Aussie dollar, we will have a nice setup here. Also, GJ can give us the same. Just gonna have to wait and see. What else do we have? GBPUSD, not much going on. GCAD on the 1 hour doesn't seem too much, so looks like GCAD can be a nice trade if we get a retest on the 4 hour. I think looks pretty good. Yeah, looks very good. We'll see if this comes for a 4 hour retest. Let me see the daily if we're coming for another zone. Yeah, I don't think I would take it. We're at the daily resistance here. If we take this support, it would be very risky. No trade on GCAD. GA, let's take a look at GA. GA is in a small consolidation box. Nothing much. These are the pairs that I would look at, like the least pairs I would look like at, because they are too volatile. Okay, so someone said that it's on Euro and ZD shorts. I think you took sells here based on what I see. Why do you think price will usually come for retest after breakouts? Because that's how a market moves. The breaks a zone, comes to test that broken zone and moves up from a zone to another zone. That's how it works. Aussie dollar already retested on a 15 minutes. I don't look lower than 1 hour, so whatever happened on 15 minutes, I'm not gonna see that because I don't use lower time frames, only 1 hour and up. If the retest happened on the 15 minute on Aussie dollar, then no worries, the 1 hour gonna come too maybe. So we're gonna have to wait. Once we break on the 1 hour, a retest and continuation will be perfect. I think Aussie dollar is not that messy. If you focus only what's happening right now, then I think it's pretty clear. We have resistance formed here. We have plenty of candles rejecting, all closing below. Another one here, another 2 candles here, all closing below. Now once this candle closes above, a retest and continuation would be perfect. How deep would you consider Aussie dollar retest to be until it's not valid? So if the retest happens and price comes all the way below the breakout candle, that's when it's not valid anymore and it can continue down. So it needs to stay above this zone. It needs to stay above this, because once it closes below the breakout candle, that's a sign that this cannot be valid anymore, which means also it's going to be below the support. So we'll have to wait and see how this is going to close. Once it closes, we can make some so if you look on the left, there's next resistance looks very clear. Go to the 4 hour. You go to the 4 hour, you have the same level. There's no traffic on the left until the next zone. So 1 hour and 4 hour are matching. If you go to the daily, daily is of the same zone as 1 hour, 4 hour. Look at all these daily candles where they're closed, and the next zone looks all the way up where these two daily candles are closed, and you can see how these 2 daily candles got rejected all the way from up here, which means that's the next zone for us. And if we get a break and retest here, that means also for a daily wick fill. So I think it's gonna be a very good trade. Yes, I use 1 hour and 4 hour most of the time for breakouts and for entries. I wait for the breakout only 1 hour and 4 hour. Can happen also the daily, but since we are scalpers, 1 hour, 4 hour are more used to. So 1 hour and 4 hour, no lower than 1 hour, no 30-minute, no M50, no M5. I only stay on higher time frames. Of course, it requires more patience because we need to wait for hourly candles to close to get our confirmation, but it's worth it. EU doesn't have a setup right now. I took a look earlier, so we'll have to see. Why 1 hour? Because it's way better, it's way safer, it's more comfortable, and it has a way, it doesn't tend to make lots of fake outs. So lots of you are asking for Aussie CAD. USD CAD. Okay, let's take a look. What's happening on AUD CAD? Okay, looks like I already had the trade ready. Let's clean this chart first, and we can go to this trade. Now, AUD CAD closed above this. closed above this, and looked like this was the break and retest, the best one. Now if this comes for retest here, we go a bit left on the left, you can see that we have another zone here, which can be a rejection when it comes for retest and can result in a fake out. Now we go higher, we can see another zone here. So what we'll do in this case is we just close this pair and leave it because it doesn't look safe. AUD CHF, let's take a look at this too. Too much consolidation. There's not a clean zone, there's not a clean zone that we can take. Let's say we have to wait for a breakout, then we take the retest. 4 hour looks better if we break above, but it's not a pair that I trust that much. So yeah, 1 hour doesn't really look good. I think if we do base our trade on this zone, looks like this was a fake out. This was a fake out since it got closed above, then this closed back in the range, this made the retest, went all the way down. Now having a lot another rejections. Maybe we'll see if this candle closes above a retest to continue up, it would be good. We'll have to wait and see. But these pairs are not good to trade, trust me. They'll make a lot of fake outs. I've tried them and it's a lot better to trade major pairs. They are a lot better. Yeah, I think the best setup right now is Aussie dollar. LT. I don't know why you're so worried about this, but this is a good setup. All the time frames are matching with each other. We're having lots of rejections once we break above. Why wouldn't you take this? It looks perfect. Next zone looks pretty easy to fill. If we have also 4 hour breakout, it would be even better. Also, we're going for a wick fill on the daily. Lots of confirmation for us that this can be a very good trade. Also, if the 4 hour closes above, that would be even better. If we want to be very, very sure to take this. My confirmations are the breakout. The breakout is my confirmation. Once we break a zone, we use candles, right? And the candles will tell you the direction. If the candle is closing above all the previous candles, that means we broke that zone. Then you can take the retest. Now on the retest, it's your choice. If you want to have more confirmations, you can wait for rejections. You can wait for price to reject, but in the meanwhile, while you wait for rejections of that zone, while it's making the retest, you can miss the move because you've seen lots of my trades. Once it makes the retest, it goes all the way up on the same candle, so it doesn't let you wait for the candle closes. No, I think you have to wait for the candle to close. Why did you take buys? It's too early. We have to wait for a break. It's not a break yet until we have a candle close above, because this could still reject to the downside. No, it's not a breakout yet. Until the candle closes, there's no trade. So just wait. you.